I'm Canty, and this is the hardest part.
Hello, and welcome to The Hardest Part, the show that unravels the stories behind the most challenging songs ever written. I'm Kieron Banerji, and joining me in the studio on this episode is Canty. Now, when I spoke to him about this track, hahaha, it quickly became clear why this song was one of the hardest for him to write. The song was born during a turbulent period in his life, and he described how the song stayed with him throughout that difficult time, almost like a companion, and only truly revealed itself once the dust had settled. Originally, the song felt like something entirely different, but over time it evolved into a reflection of that period in his life. Now it carries more of a feeling, a reminder of those trials, but also something more abstract and personal. Canty mentioned how the idea of the ha-ha-ha line came to him, resonating as a reminder to lighten up, even during heavy times. It was inspired in part by someone from his past who embodied a joyful, happy demeanour despite life's difficulties. This realisation of how appearances can sometimes mask deeper emotions added layers to the song's meaning. The process of writing Ha 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 was complex for Canty because it wasn't just about the music, it was about capturing a deeper, almost paradoxical joy. He reflected on how laughter, often associated with happiness, can come from many places, some of them quite serious. The song became a way to explore this idea, blending the seriousness of life with a sense of joy that feels earned, rather than superficial. The track is a testament to finding light in dark times. Make sure to stay tuned to hear Ha 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 in full at the end of this episode. But before that, here's my chat with Canty.
The song I brought was called Ha Ha Ha. I was working on it during like a period of time when I was going through some stuff with like navigating like the music industry as like a young artist or whatever. There was a lot of difficulties, and then and the song was there with me sort of like the whole time. When the dust all cleared, then the song sort of, presented itself or whatever. It's something else now than what it was before.
Was there a specific moment or like spark that you can remember when the idea for the song came about?
I don't know what it was. I remember a time when that ha 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 sort of came to me or whatever, and just like the you got to like learn to lighten up, and for some reason it resonated with me or whatever, and then like this like little piano sort of line. Yeah, I was saying to someone like the other day, or thinking about someone that used to be kind of close to me, that used to say about laughing or whatever, and like how laughter, it was like a really old man, and he would say that laughing, like I knew that laughing, that he was always so happy and joyful, and just like such a happy person in my mind's eye. After that person like passed away or whatever, when I realised that as you get older, you realise that the elderly might not be as happy as they're letting on. Do you know what I mean? I feel silly saying that, but anyway, but he's giving off a happy demeanour all the time to me, and wanting to believe in that, and wanting to making it like wanting to do what he was saying, but making it my own a bit, where it's like, I don't know, just like someone moping at a party, or someone being a bit down or whatever, and then it's like someone's like cheer up, but not cheer up as in like just don't worry, be happy, like just get on with it, but kind of like wake up in a way. Do you know what I mean? And then but it's like serious though. It's like serious fun, or like serious joy or whatever. Or
don't even joke. There's only one way to go. I know you're worth your own weight in gold. Ha ha ha.
Well, laughter can come from so many different places, right? And I think that's one of the most powerful parts of this track is ha 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 to many people is something that's associated with happiness and, you know, joyous occasions. But, you know, sometimes the delivery in the song, there is something behind that, something different behind that. And it kind of makes sense to me now hearing that, you know, you had a friend who, you know, or someone close to you who, on the surface, the ha 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 was very cheerful, but there's that melancholy behind it too, which I think is a really powerful part of the production of the song, in my opinion.
Yeah, I guess that person would be me as well at the end of the day. Like, wanted to call out my own tendency to be mopey or sulky or anything like that, or taking antidepressants or whatever, and like coping mechanisms. So I mean, like mood. And like, I mean, it got so bad. At one point in time, I found myself like at the train tracks, like waiting for the train. Not to be like, oh, look at me, I've got a sad story. But, and then another time, like my fingers were going numb. I thought it was because of like repetitive strain or like stress or whatever. I mean, it probably was stress related, but then it turned out like MS or whatever. And it was my first attack, but I didn't know. And this whole time I'm going through all this stuff with this record label and that. And I never gave myself the time of day with it. I never gave myself like the space to be like, I wasn't caring for myself. I was like, oh, just get on with it. You just gotta like, do you know what I mean? You're like so lucky to whatever. You just gotta like work really hard and all this. And I think in that process, and that's why I wanted to say this to you actually, in that process, I think I found out, or like, I was saying to you that I was working down the road, right, at Cirque Soir. So I was working there, and then, like, you know, like club nights, whatever, like late nights and stuff. And everyone's got like a lot of stuff going on in their personal life or whatever. You don't know like the factors if you've got too many things, too many things. Well, my feet went numb, and like went numb all the way up to my groin or whatever. And it turned out that I was having MS thing, right? And go through all like the process, like in hospital and all that, and then they use steroids and stuff, and then like you go through the initial shock or whatever. After that, the music like was quite quickly became the solution. Do you know what I mean? And not so like to say like the hardest part or that it was hard is like things around it were hard. And especially now, it's like not, the music's not, I'm gonna hate myself for saying this on camera, but the music's like not the hard part or like the problem, do you know what I mean? It's the solution. That's what I say to myself or my friends. It's the solution, it's not the, that's what I want to cherish that, that thought or that belief, do you know what I mean? That it's about joy. So the song might kind of be a bit depressing or whatever, or have an undertone, but really at the end of the day, it's about joy and about being playful and about, you know, something else to the stress or to the anything that you can talk about that could come. Do you know what I mean? It's nothing you can say.
The hardest part is actually the inspiration behind the song, right? And as you said, the music is the solution, and that the song is as much for you than it is for anyone, right? So I want to just single in on some of the lyrics. You know, you're worth your own weight in gold. Man, you've really got to learn to lighten up. Shut your mouth, don't make me laugh. Who are you talking to? Talking to yourself?
Yeah, probably talking to myself. To myself and a particular friend of mine. Or someone I used to know.
So in a moment we're gonna hear the version of the song you played for us here. And what I think is really sometimes amazing about listening to music with an artist who's written that music is always asking them beforehand, like, what should I be listening out for here? Like,
The bubbles.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on The Hardest Part.
Thank you for having me.
joke. There's only one way to go. I know, you're worth your own weight in gold. Ha, man, you really got to learn to lighten up. I mean it, follow the leader, we're rising above. Shut your mouth, don't make me laugh. Heavy heart, forward march. Look out below. I think I'm having the happiest day of my life. Cameras closer. Isabella in the shower. Molly blooms, fight the power. Gagged and bound, camped and clown. Now we never gonna bring the circus down. Man, you really got to learn to lighten up. I mean it, follow the leader, I don't give a fuck. Shut your mouth, fuck me up. Heavy heart, raise your glass. I mean it, follow the leader, we're rising above. Shut your mouth, don't make me laugh. Heavy heart, forward march.
This episode of The Hardest Part was recorded at the Thin White Duke Studios in London's Soho. It was recorded by Max Walker and is mixed and produced by myself. Additional videography is by Giovanni Almonte. Thanks for tuning in.